I love it when I can talk before a stream, because oh my god. Oh my god, wait, give me a second. Good morning. Why? Yes, I understand. Okay. Yeah, that was my alarm. That's my phone's default alarm. My phone, when I wake up, goes, good morning. Do do do. Ba 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 ba. Good morning. That's how you know I don't have an iPhone. But hi! Hello! Hello everyone! How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope your fleshy receptacle is great. That's crazy. I don't want to be a multiple fruit. Too bad. You have been fruited and you are multiple. Hello Erai. Hello Outrun. Hello Leah. Outrun, I am so sorry for your sleep schedule. Hello Zero. Thank you for being here. Hello Sin. Hello Venti the Board. I don't know if Venti the Board is Sav. I'm gonna assume not, but there's a high possibility that Venti the Board is Sav. Earlier, I also saw Rat and Rollin. I think Rollin's phone battery might be dead though. So I demand mental compensation from this chat. No, this is exactly what you come here to the Vig Tweetuber. The Vig Tweetuber channel. Okay, I lost brain cells I didn't even know I had. That's just the experience. You lose all of your brain cells because you donate them to Twigtopia, and then the singular most needed person for those brain cells, they just like instantly pop over, and then once they're done with it, then it goes to the next person. We all share all of our brain cells. Too bad if it's not your turn, okay? We can only offer you scuff coin as compensation, Leah. No, not we. Only you can, Zero, because you broke the scuff coin economy, okay? I just got done dealing with one of the 7 children I accidentally adopted's haters. That was fun. I hope you get some well-needed mental rest. I hope you get to chill the fuck out. So yeah, brain cells are unnecessary. I am a VTuber. What VTuber presses go live and like actually remembers what happens within like the hour or so that they're actually live? You got tired, ARI, today? It's fine! It's fine, because guess what? Today's a lecture. You see this fucking background? We're not in my normal room. We're not doing normal Twig things. All I did was make a bet. Yeah, a bet that fucking broke the economy and started inflation. On the backs of my failure at that. That's crazy. But, yes! Thank you, Leah. Welcome to my VTuber indoctrination propaganda. By the end of this, you will know how to become an anime girl on the internet, and you'll have an active strategy as to how to succeed as one. Because success means many things for many people, but I can assume if you want to become a VTuber, it's more than ahahaha silly anime girl online. And it's fine if it is! Most VTubers actually benefit from having goals. So definitely, if you're watching this stream after it's live, and you're not part of my original community, make sure before you watch the stream that you have a goal. You don't just want to be a VTuber just for shits and giggles, okay? If you have to fail for me to grow my scuff coin wealth, then so be it. I will enact fucking socialism. I'll start taxing you. Don't even try me, Zero. You're right, I also want to be an Ikemen online. That's so true, Leah. That is so true. Honestly, though, Leah, I think you've accomplished that. For anyone who doesn't know, Leah is a fantastic and funny creator. The taxes are crazy. I already paid taxes. I'll enact a fucking gambling tax. Don't try me. Actually, no. There is already pretty much a gambling tax because you have to pay me extra to be able to gamble each month. That is a function required. You're required to be a lobbyist to gamble. But anyways. Enough about the Twigtopia underground gambling ring that very few people are involved in, okay? We're here to talk about VTubers and how to become a VTuber, right? But who am I? I'm Twog. I am Twig. I am Twigathan. I have been a VTuber for almost 2 years. Which is crazy for me to say out loud. Holy shit, I'm old. And for the first year and a half, I uploaded, very consistently once a week. I'm kind of on a break of, uploading right now. I'm doing like every other week, and I have been late on this last upload because I have been waiting for like months, for a cover to be finished mixing, so that's fun. But anyways, hi, I'm Twog, I'm Suffer, and I'm your instructor today on being VTubing. I am John VTuber, okay? I feel like I've stated enough credentials. Wow! I want to be an anime girl on the internet. It's time for me to get a model, right? This is the first step of being a VTuber, right? Right, chat? False. So anyways, we're gonna come up with a name. So, the thing about your name, don't choose something cringe. Cringe means something different from everyone, but choose something that you think in like 3 to 5 years, you can see yourself still calling yourself. Like, if you want to be edgy, but like, looks at my name. Don't worry about it, Leah, you're great. Another thing is like, make sure your name is easy to spell and easy to remember. Okay, it's something like, I don't know, Bartholomew might sound cool to you, right? But let's say a VTuber clipper clips you like offhandedly, and someone new sees that fucking name just randomly, right? And they are thinking to themselves, oh wow, I want to see more of their content. This is their name. They say it in the VOD. They try to spell it out, and they're like, ah, yes, I want to find Bartholomew. How the fuck do I spell Bartholomew, right? So that's an issue. And then also, if you choose too common of a name, they're not going to be able to find you. Do you know how many Yukis there are in VTubing? So just be careful about your name, but overall it's not even that important. Just choose, like, this is coming from someone who's named Twig, right? Do you really think I chose I put any amount of thought into the name Twig, and now it's become a curse. Now I refer to myself as Twig. Now I think of myself as Twig. My actual name sounds foreign to me because of how, like, often I say my name Twig. Also, hello, Rollin. I hope your phone is charged. No, I thought your name is amazing. I mean, there's only 2 Twigs in VTubing, and I stole the handles of Twig Vtuber. So I think I'm winning. If me and the other Twig, which the other Twig is very nice, a very nice crow, shout out to Corvus Twig. If me and him were to battle for SEO, I think I have like a monopoly on it, unfortunately. But he's still cool. He still pops up in Google. It's just if you add on Corvus to it. Anyways, names are important because this is one thing, you don't want to change your name. You don't want to change your name once you've gotten it. You want to make your handles. You want to make your emails. You don't want to change your name. Twog, what did I walk into? We're all learning how to become VTuber girlies, right? Okay, so after you have a name, you literally just have to make an email account, right? You don't want to name it something like, I don't know, a tortoise lover 420. Right? You want it to be professional. You want it to be sleek. You want it to have your name in it. You want it to be something that you would not be ashamed of emailing sponsors with, right? Because you're going to be emailing businesses with this. You're going to be emailing other creators with this. You're going to be emailing possibly agencies. You're going to be emailing proxy services and merch people. You want this to be as professional as possible. Point in case, this is my email, twigvt.sponsor@gmail.com. Don't email this email unless you have a business opportunity for me. I have had one sponsor opportunity reach out to me on this email, and it was completely in German. So don't expect to get a lot of mail on this email, because like, you're not gonna log into things with your public facing email. You're gonna use a different email for that. But Tortoise Lover 420, why are you doxing Mana's email like that? Oh, sorry, Mana. I couldn't help but use you for an example. But yes, make sure your public facing email is something easy to remember and something that makes sense. Did you learn German for it? No, I did not accept the offer. Because if you're going to contact me and be like, yes, John VTuber, we would like you to play this mobile Monopoly game, and text you in German, and we don't know anything about your content, I'm not gonna accept that offer. Anyways, yes, you also want to be over 18. Sorry if you've already thought up a name and made an email. Wait until you're 18. And there's a few reasons for this, right? First reason, you can't even get monetized. So like there's no benefit of growing that young because you can't be monetized. There's no way. Don't arson the PowerPoint, Venti, okay? But yeah, you can't be monetized. There's no reason to grow that much. Or keep the tag /email and make it public when you're 18. Yeah, you can start when you're 18 and claim the ads and stuff, claim the accounts. But the thing is, you can't get monetized. You're not going to benefit from growth. You're going to make content that you're not going to be proud of down the line. And that's going to happen for everyone. But especially when you're young, you're going to say some shit and it's not going to be good for you. And then ultimately, especially for VTubers, like I think minors should not be in content creation at all, but that's a personal opinion. Everyone thinks that VTubers should not be minors. And that is just an issue of the culture surrounding VTubing. It's not so much how other VTubers are going to interact with you. Granted, there are creepy VTubers, right? And there's people who will try and take advantage of you, but most VTubers actually will avoid you. Most VTubers will avoid you like the plague if you are a minor. But the main reason why minors shouldn't be VTubers isn't because of the actual culture between creators. It isn't because of the financial stuff. It's because of the fan base that's associated with VTubing. And you don't see that much on my channel because I don't really appeal to VTuber fan base, right? I don't really make that kind of content that they would like come to, but as a whole, the VTubing sphere is very the way that it's marketed and the way that people see it is exposing you to things and environments that you should not be putting yourself into as a minor. And I know that's like hard to hear, but you do not want like 30-year-old men thirsting after you, okay? We're trying to prevent that. And that's just, no matter what you do as a VTuber, that is inevitable. Right? That is just the standard VTuber audience is like men, right? And you see that a lot. There are good VTuber fans, but ultimately you're putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in as a minor, okay? A lot of the stuff normalized in the VTubing community is like R18. Yes. VTubers are often like encouraged to kind of commodify themselves and sexualize themselves, and it gets them more clicks. You don't want to be in an environment where you're being pressured to do that. So genuinely, if you are not over 18, do not start VTubing. Don't start content creation, but especially not VTubing. Do not VTube. You do not want to, okay? So, you have your name, you're gonna get all of these platforms. But Twig, I don't like one of these platforms. Too fucking bad, right? These are the essentials of being a VTuber. I'm gonna tell you why each one is necessary, okay? We're gonna go down the list of why every single one of these platforms is used. So Twitter is a hellscape. Twitter is horrible. Twitter is something that a lot of people should not be on. But hey, look, here's the thing. If I see your content and I think you're cool and I want to reach out to you for an opportunity, chances are, if you do not have a Twitter, right? I'm not going to be able to reach out to you. I'm not going to be able to contact you to be able to be like, hey, to be like, hey, do you want to be in this thing? Or hey, Do you want to work together on this thing? Not having Twitter shuts you off from pretty much the entire community. Because no one's going to be able to DM you. No one's going to be able to find you to DM you. Even like business opportunities or like scouting things that happen, you're not going to be able to find because they're all posted on Twitter. So you, as a VTuber, you absolutely need Twitter. Does that mean you should doom scroll on Twitter? Absolutely not. Twig, blink twice if Elon Musk is holding you at gunpoint to promote Twitter. I fucking hate Twitter, okay? You'll notice I don't post there very often. I'm not there very often. I am there when I need to be, right? I'm not saying I enjoy Twitter. I'm not promoting Twitter for any sort of casual user. But Twitter DMs are so crucial to the VTuber community because it opens doors. 90% of the people that you see me contact and like interact with and have friendships and things like that with, it started in Twitter. How are your DMs going to be filled with art bots if you don't have a Twitter? Honestly, my art bots just get like filtered out, so yeah. Twitch! So this also comes down to networking, right? As a VTuber, even if you are a YouTube VTuber and don't stream on Twitch, you want Twitch, you want to go on Twitch occasionally because you're going to have friends on Twitch. Ultimately, even if you're on YouTube, the people are on Twitch. Pretty much the entire community is on Twitch. There's a minority of us on YouTube. And I can guarantee you I follow all of them. Or I try to follow all of them. Because the rating system on YouTube is different from Twitch, and there's like less discovery on like who can I raid right now. But that's besides the point. You want Twitch to be able to be in other VTubers chats. You want Twitch to be able to scout out like new people, because that's the thing with networking. You really want to find people that you mesh well with their content and reach out to those people. You don't want to look at numbers. You really just want to look at people who do things that you like. Because chances are, if their ideas line up with yours, you're gonna mesh pretty well. People are scary, but they're less scary if you spend more time in their communities. And that's something that you, yourself, Zero, has encountered in Twigtopia. So yeah, being involved with a community is a great way to meet people in the space. Just don't push yourself in their community. Please don't like promote yourself. It is icky. We can always tell. There is a time and place to promote yourself. In someone's chat is not it. YouTube, I don't care if you're a streamer. Upload fucking videos, right? Okay. But besides just uploading VODs and videos, you're also going to be watching other people's content, right? You're gonna be looking at people's shit because you want to be up to date with people's shit, okay? Not to mention, so many of us are on YouTube, and you Twitch motherfuckers don't find us because you ignore the fact that YouTube is a streaming platform and there's a whole fucking community here. I used to be an anime girl but quit. You're pretty awesome. Thank you. Thank you. As I'm ranting about like how people don't think YouTube VTubers exist. I'm pretty sure no one here uses YouTube. Yeah, absolutely not. No one here uses YouTube. I mean, who does that? Anyways, Discord is absolutely vital. It's vital right now for like any sort of friend group, but for any sort of VTuber, it's even more vital because this is how all collabs happen. I wish I was exaggerating. It is how every single collab happens. You get added to a Discord server with everyone else in the collab. Sometimes you'll get added to a Discord server just for your friends to play like specific games, right? I wish you could see the amount of servers I am in, both for opportunities, some of them's for like beta testing of things, some of them's for like teams. I have a Discord server that I'm in for YouTube Club or Vtuber Club. I'm in agency Discords. I'm in resource Discords. Everything under the sun. You are going to want a new Discord for your VTuber just based off of the sheer amount of fucking servers you're gonna be in. Discord is great. You can accidentally adopt 7 children. Right! Twig's motivational speech to convince people to become an anime girl. I'm in! Yeah! It's Twig's game plan to become a successful anime girl on the internet. We're 29 minutes in. We're not even halfway through this PowerPoint. We're just on making accounts, and I'm dictating why things are important. TikTok's important because it is one of the quickest ways to gain exposure on your account, but you can't be lazy with it. I recommend posting shit posts. Shit posts do really well, but only if you are aware that they are shit posts. Don't be cringe on TikTok. Don't put effort in your TikToks, please. Okay. And TikTok is extremely volatile. You shouldn't lean heavily on it, but it is probably one of the best ways to reach people. I know so many people who neglect YouTube and just go baller on the shorts and TikToks. Because I don't know, people think YouTube's hard. For me, TikTok's hard. But that's just a like difference in editing style and scripting style and presenting yourself. But seriously, TikTok is a incredible resource that you probably should have. You can also find a whole lot of like streaming advice resources and VTuber assets being promoted on there. TikTok's needed. There. Don't be cringe, I'm sorry. You're an anime girl for a living? This isn't my job. Why did you think this is my job? No. Chances are, if you're an anime girl on the internet, you're not, this isn't gonna be your job. Hi, Mail! Hello, hello! Okay. So you have your accounts. Now you need your model. No. No, you fucking don't. Don't get a model at this stage. But Twig, isn't being a VTuber about the model? Absolutely not. You know what it's about? Annoying people on the internet. You need to start annoying people. How do you start annoying people? Well, you go to Canva and you make your branding legitimate. So here's the branding for the concert series that I'm making. Oh yeah, for those of you who are new here, I'm doing a concert. I don't know when it's going to be uploaded because we're still in production, but here's the branding page for the fucking concert. It's nothing you haven't seen before, but like you want to make something like this for yourself that dictates your colors, it dictates your fonts, it dictates your logo. I made this logo in Canva. You do not have to pay for anything. Okumono is also a really good resource if you need assets or like clip art or like backgrounds. Really fucking good. But yes, you're gonna go to Canva, you're gonna make your branding, you're gonna figure out your colors, you're gonna figure out your font, and you're gonna make like a banner, a Twitter banner, and you're gonna make a profile picture, and you're gonna make your YouTube banner, and all of those things so that your profile doesn't look like a bot, okay? And then if you're going to be uploading on YouTube long form, you're also gonna start practicing on thumbnails, because if you're on YouTube, thumbnails are 90% of the game, okay? So you wanna work on your thumbnails. I recommend looking at Zero's thumbnails in chat. Zero has fantastic thumbnails. I know you probably don't think so, but they are fantastic thumbnails. Okay? Thumbnails are hard. You want to get a lot of practice on them. These are not my best ones, but I just chose ones that I had just laying around. But Twig, what about my model? I want a model! Wait. Why do we wait? Okay, so models are like a huge investment, right? The thing about VTubing is getting into it is a high investment cost. You don't know when you get a model if you're even going to like being a VTuber, right? If you're getting into VTubing and all you want is the model, you're better off getting like art for your OC. You're better off not becoming a creator. Why do I say that? Being a creator is mentally and physically exhausting. It takes all of the energy out of you. It is a huge time commitment, and you're going to be spending so much of your time just doing small things like scheduling, okay? It is boring if you're not crazy. If this is not what you want to do, if what you want to do is just be an anime girl on the internet, make an OC, make a fan account. You don't have to become a VTuber. You can get that same itch somewhere else. But if you want to be a content creator and you want to use a VTube model, that's when you start looking into doing content first. I've been an anime girl before. Hello, Hakuya. Local anime girl. Okay, so instead of getting your model, what are we gonna do? It's boring if you're not crazy. Whoa, Twig confession. Okay, let me put this into words for you, Rollin. When you start VTubing, when you start doing content creation in general, there's not gonna be anyone in your chat. No, there's not gonna be people talking in your chat. Especially if you just like start streaming with nothing else, you're going to be talking to yourself. Anyone who gets like, I don't know, fucking any amount in VTubing, any amount of like notoriety, they spent their time talking to absolutely no one. For hours and hours and months and hours and days and months and sometimes years with like no one in chat, okay? That is the reality of starting out as a VTuber. So yes, it is fun if you're crazy. Literally talking to a brick. Yes. And now you guys know why I ignore chat so much. Because I had so much time of training myself not to respond to chat. I also started as a video creator, which this is, you'll find, this is what I encourage people to do. So your first piece of content is probably going to be a video or a Twitter post or some sort of meme. So starting with 5 people watching wasn't failure. No, it absolutely was not. Most people start with 0 to 1. Luckily, if you're an active member of Twigtopia, you guys are so cool because you'll watch each other, which is crazy. And I'll show up to your live streams as well. For like, I've gone to some of Zero's live streams. I didn't know Male streamed, but yeah, 5 people is phenomenal. Most people don't get to 10 people watching at a time. I think if you're like 10 concurrents, you're considered like, I don't know, like top 20 or 10% of streamers. I forget the number, but like the vast majority of people don't get to 10 people in their chat. It is a highly competitive thing. Top 5%? Is that top 5? I thought it was like top 20 or top 10. 10 is around top 5%. Yeah, so like, seriously? It's not gonna be fun unless you're crazy. You have to learn how to entertain yourself if you're going to stay in it. Basically. And this is why we don't spend hundreds of dollars on a VTuber model and just jump into VTubing straight away, because you don't even know if you're going to like having like 5 people in your chat at one time. Hello, Nuo Kendi. Nuo Kendi, hello. So yeah, you have your name, you have your branding. We're gonna skip the model for now. We're gonna come up with your first piece of content, and that's gonna be a video, a meme, or something. And you're gonna figure out what kind of content you wanna be. Most VTubers do gaming or chatting or commentary, right? But there's so much more out there that you could be doing. If you have a passion for anything other than just sheer content creation, this is going to be what you're going to have a good time making content about. Because it's going to be like something you can talk about hours on end and you're not gonna get bored of it, okay? That being said, you don't have to pigeonhole yourself into any of these, but leaning on a category is a really good idea, because that's how you start to become known for something, and then people come back for like a specific thing on your channel. And if it's a broad category like art or food or crafts, then you can like really I'm sorry, I got distracted by Hakuya. We're the R18 Dojin and anime review VTubers. You could be that guy. You could be that bitch. My hobbies are all over the place. Well, time to turn them into content. No, actually, this is a big thing. Keep like 1 or 2 hobbies outside of VTubing. Don't put it into content. Just keep that for yourself. It's going to be very important for you later down the line, mentally, when you need a break, okay? You don't want to turn your whole life into content. You want to still be a person. Don't let YouTube cannibalize you, okay? Okay, don't make all things content. You want to have some stuff you can do off stream. Exactly, right? It's okay to have like 1 or 2 series as well, where you're like, okay, I'll play this game exclusively on stream. But if you do every game like that, it's going to annoy you. Or you could be the annoying drama labeled as news VTuber. I just don't interact with those guys, honestly. Just don't pay attention to them. Even if it's just like one game or whatever, always keep something for yourself. Yes. Yes, I don't want to be a person, I want to be a subsystem. If I could play tennis or climb as an anime man, I would. You probably could find a way to do that. There's ways. Twig stream review channel is open, everyone. Huh? Stream review channel? Oh, where I like go into other people's live streams and review their streams. I'm not qualified enough for that. Go to like vidIQ or some shit for that. Okay. So, but Twig, if I need to make content, why don't I just stream? The answer is like, streaming is not content. It sounds like content, it's not content. Because ultimately no one's going to come back to your stream after it's not live unless it provides a service to them. Like this VOD will probably have rewatch ability, right? People might come back to this to be like, oh yeah, how do I become an anime girl in 2024? But ultimately, right? You want to go into videos. Why? They have a higher discovery. They also have a higher replay value. You guys know how I blew up in the Genshin sphere a few months ago? And like, you know, blasted my way into monetization, yeah, I'm still getting views from those videos 6 months later. And I'm still making money off of those videos 6 months later. Having that replayability of videos is super important, not just financially, but discovery-wise. Because people are still finding me through those videos. Even if my content's not the same, if my content was the same as those videos were still, I would probably be doing very well right now, but I couldn't. I've already talked about why I can't continue with those. But ultimately, right, videos are going to be your main form of discovery. It's going to be how people find you. It's also going to be how you get people in the door to your live streams to get to that 5 viewer mark, to get to that 10 viewer mark. Okay? Cool. But Twig, you're a hypocrite. You don't make content. You don't make videos. So this was my upload schedule last year. This is about 6 months. I used to upload once a week with like 2 to 3 streams a week, and then also I would upload shorts on top of that. This is this year. So it seems like I haven't been making content. But this year, I have actually uploaded more than I have ever uploaded. Girl, you're actually crazy. But to you guys, right? You guys see, oh, Twig uploaded this silly short today. Oh, Twig's streaming today. Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes work to maintain that. But ultimately, what you want to do is you want to find an upload schedule and you just want to stick to it. You want to find something that works for you and just upload regularly on that schedule. You could do one video, one like super highly produced video a month, and that can be the type of content you have. There are successful YouTubers like that. You don't have to upload weekly, okay? Twig makes a lot of content. Anyone who says otherwise is a liar or a snail. I appreciate. For real, Twig has a lot of content. Twig has lots of content. And as further proof of concept, here's a couple of scripts that I am currently working on for my next couple of uploads. So yeah, you're gonna be uploading videos even if you're a streamer. Only about half of these uploads are streams. The other half are shorts and videos. So let's talk about editors, which is more important than OBS to creators, right? So most people are gonna start with CapCut. Girl, your editing method makes me cry. So most TikTokers will use CapCut. It's also partnered with TikTok. You can find pre-made templates on it. You can use it on the phone. You can edit on CapCut on mobile and not have to log into a computer. I don't recommend doing that, but you can. You can also use it in your browser and not download anything. And it's also free. It's super beginner friendly. It does like 90% of the work for you. It is super, super, super effective if you just want to like edit a short video, or you want to edit your highlights, or if you're on Twitch and you download your clips, you can edit them in CapCut, no problem. It's easy. I know tons of VTubers who are Twitch streamers who exclusively edit with CapCut because they're not so invested in videos. But that's the thing. They're still making videos, they're just using CapCut because it makes them easier to upload. Anything that makes content creation easier for you to stay on track is going to help you in the long run, because this is a like long time sort of game. Normally it takes around like 5 to 6 years for someone to really like benefit from being on YouTube. So just keep that in mind. Anything that will make your life easier is better. You do not have to feel bad for using presets or anything like that. Okay? CapCut, there's a stigma attached to it, but oh my god, do so many people use CapCut. Don't be afraid of it. DaVinci Resolve is a free platform. I personally don't like it. I tried to learn it. It's beginner friendly, and it's extremely annoying for anyone who was trained on any sort of video editing software that is not DaVinci. It's about getting stuff out with as little work as possible. It's about, like, making a process for yourself, yeah. Leah edits in DaVinci. Okay, so if you have DaVinci Pro questions, ask Leah, don't ask me. It annoys me so much. It has so many tabs that all do the same thing. And it has like very limited presets that you can't really edit all that well or all that easily. But it is good for beginners who are getting into long form content. It is slightly easier to use for like long things than like CapCut. CapCut you don't want to use for long things. It's gonna get annoying really quickly. I learned to edit with Final Cut Pro. I don't have use Apple. I've never used Final Cut Pro, so it's not on this list. I've heard it's very good though. It is a industry standard. But it's very free, which is nice. Yes, DaVinci is very free. I would say most people go from CapCut to DaVinci. DaVinci does have a learning curve from CapCut, but there are tons of tutorials on the internet that will help you with DaVinci. DaVinci also has similar presets to CapCut where you can do like automatic subtitles and stuff too, which is nice. I learned how to edit by cutting tapes and taping pieces together. Old! Oh my god, Male's a boomer. Okay. No, it's fine. Digital editing is so much easier, honestly. You will not have a problem. Automatic subtitles are Prover only though, just so people know. Yes, if you still want automatic subtitles, you know what I'll do. I'm gonna reveal my shorts secret. Okay, so for like shorts that are scripted, which I'm about to release another one because I had a short pop off and I should probably reintroduce myself. For shorts that are edited for me and scripted, I edit it in HitFilm, which we'll get to HitFilm, and then I put it through CapCut to get the aspect ratio, and then I use the automatic captions on CapCut because CapCut has automatic captions and it's very nice. I learned to video edit in a high school class actually. I have a few shitposts that may or may not see the light of day. Yes, I also learned how to edit in high school. We'll get to that. Don't use HitFilm. Yes! So, HitFilm is what I use. I will absolutely never recommend this to anyone, beginner or advanced or experienced, right? There is a singular reason I use this platform, and it is because I keyframe everything and I do everything from scratch, and HitFilm makes you do everything from scratch, and it also has the ability for compositing. That is the big thing about HitFilm. Compositing. You can take a flat object and turn it 3D. You can also do simulations in HitFilm. It is basically if you took Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects and merged them into a program and then made every single preset premium. It is technically free, but if you are using the free version, get ready for a world of pain like me. For more information about HitFilm or like watching my workflow, you can you can watch one of my editing streams where I literally lose my mind using HitFilm. I know Zero has tried to use HitFilm because Zero knows that HitFilm is what I use. Don't use HitFilm. Use CapCut. Use DaVinci. Use literally anything else other than HitFilm. I will never endorse HitFilm, even though it is the exact program I use. Okay. After Effects. This is the industry standard for editing. Also Premiere. They are two different softwares. They are not free. They are actually very expensive. Movie Maker's not bad, but you have to have a, oh wait, that's Windows. Does Movie Maker even work? I think it's like Clipchamp nowadays. Clipchamp sucks, don't use it. Like it literally sucks ass. But Adobe products, they are expensive. They are painful. They have tons of tutorials and resources for them, but like ultimately, do you really want to be paying a subscription that like they'll fine you for canceling? Yeah, no, I don't think you do. This was my first software because I started learning in high school with a high school class that provided me with multiple Adobe software. What about Vegas? I've never used Vegas. So I can't talk about Vegas. I use Clipchamp only because it's the default on Windows PC. The only reason I would ever use Clipchamp is literally if I want to send a video in Discord and have to reduce its quality. I literally go through Clipchamp to reduce video quality. It's bad. Vegas is good. It's comparable to Premiere. That's good to know. But Twig has been in Vegas. I've never been in Vegas. That's what I use it for. Yeah. Basically, don't use Clipchamp. Use DaVinci or CapCut. Vegas and Final Cut are suggestions, but I can't vouch for either one of them because I've never used them. I have so much issue using anything because Final Cut was so intuitive. But I don't have a Mac to use Final Cut. Oh, is Final Cut like Apple only? Someone offered me to get a copy of Vegas. That's why I'm asking. I've heard it's good. Honestly, any editing software that you learn how to use, that's going to become your staple. And it's going to be hard for you to learn any other software. That's just the fact of it. The reason why I chose HitFilm after Adobe is it's like the most similar thing I could get to Adobe for free and in my certain circumstances. So now I'm a HitFilm guru and I've lost a bunch of Adobe knowledge. But you know, it's fine. It's completely fine. I still like the ability to composite. But generally, people are not going to have to worry about compositing. My question to you, do you know what compositing is? B, are you going to use it? Do you really need to use compositing? Because the only time I really use compositing is like when I'm doing MVs, like cover music videos, or like lore videos. You only really need compositing if you're gonna get into like animation type stuff as a VTuber. Normally you're not gonna need it. And of course the last option is hiring an editor. This is the option for people who don't have the skills or the time to learn the skills. I will always advocate to learn the skill, because who knows, maybe one day you're not going to be able to hire an editor. But editors are expensive. They can go from anywhere from like $20 a video to like $60 for a short. okay? They are fucking expensive if you're trying to maintain an upload schedule. So most of the time, you'll find people who are like new to VTubing or new to content creation hire an editor and then quit when they can't continue hiring that editor. And then they don't want to learn, so they just stop uploading. Don't do that. Learn how to edit, okay? Don't just throw money at your problems in this industry. You are going to be fucking sucked dry of pretty much all funds that you have. The solution to your problems is literally just learning skills. You don't want to put a bunch of money into this hobby if you're just starting out. And I think that's like common sense, but you would not know how many people hire editors and then just stop when they can't hire them anymore. So you have a video, where do you post it? Well, if you have a short form video, you will post it on TikTok Shorts or Reels. Everyone ignores Instagram Reels, and you should too, because there's a lot of bullshit happening in Instagram right now. We've already talked about the importance of TikTok. Chances are your TikToks are not going to reach a wide audience. I know I stress the importance of being on TikTok, and it's still important, but the secret is Shorts. YouTube Shorts is a relatively new function, and YouTube continually tries to push Shorts further and further and further into the pop culture like zeitgeist. It tries to push Shorts into being successful. And you know what happens when a platform tries to push a certain type of media to be successful? The algorithm likes you. So yes, Shorts are important. Shorts are probably going to be the place where your short form videos get... My single short has more views than everything I've posted combined. Exactly. Yeah, Shorts are gonna get you discovery. But, here is the thing. Shorts will get you views. Shorts will get you followers. Shorts will not get you viewers. So, the reason is, Shorts audiences are so hard to convert to actual viewers. They do not translate to live viewers. Yes, they don't translate to long-form video viewers either. Long-form video translates to live stream viewers. Shorts translates into Shorts lives, because you can stream in Shorts vertically as a YouTuber. But that requires an extension and a bunch of other stuff. Basically, Shorts are gonna get you discovery, which is always good. You want to be in front of people's faces. But TikTok is going to be more viable for conversion, oddly enough. TikTok people will actually translate into viewers. And TikTok is also much easier to monetize than YouTube. And I believe the payout for TikToks is higher than it would be for YouTube as well, which is nice. And there's like a bunch of affiliate programs and a bunch of like benefits to being affiliated with TikTok. Long form, your basically only option is like YouTube, unless you're Japanese and uploading to like Nico Nico Doga, or like maybe you're Chinese and uploading to Bilibili. But most of the time you're gonna be uploading to YouTube. You can also upload to like Twitter, but most of the time it's gonna be YouTube. And thumbnails and titles are 90% of the game here. Wow, that's so crazy. Give me a second, I need to drink some water. Shorts audiences want quick dopamine rush, and most streams are slow form content. Yes. That being said, if you make Shorts clips of your streams and they pop off, and you post those clips regularly and you make it clear that it's part of a live stream, you can probably convert viewers. It just requires a certain strategy. Titles are also hard. It's the art of like mastering clickbait, because clickbait has to be done in such a way where like you get the person's interest, but they're also gratified by the content that you're making. So they stay. Okay? You want to be interesting, but accurate. And that is something really hard to develop. But vidIQ and similar creators have resources for YouTube. They talk about YouTube. They talk about the YouTube news and like everything you could possibly need to know about YouTube. There's probably a channel for you to like hear about YouTube strategies and stuff like that. Something to consider is that on YouTube, you are always competing with edited content. You're competing with Mr. Beast. Your audience, your target audience might not be the same as Mr. Beast, but that is the type of people you are competing with. You're also competing with large VTubers. You're competing with HoloLive. You're competing with VTuber clippers who you physically cannot keep up with because you are the creator and they are clipping multiple creators doing multiple things. Okay? You are one person. You're not going to be able to match these teams, but you can try your best. And the real key is just to stay consistent and not get in your head about it, because like if you get in your head about it, it's going to show to your audience, and your audience is not going to like that. It's not going to be a positive experience for you or the audience. YouTube is also more competitive of platform than TikTok, than Shorts, than, well, I mean, Shorts is YouTube, than Reels, than Facebook, than Twitter. Literally everyone is on YouTube. There are people who are in YouTube who don't have Twitter. There are people who are in YouTube and don't have Reddit. Literally everyone is on YouTube. And that reflects in the viewers that you are gonna get. But it is more competitive, and don't be surprised if your first few uploads get like 50 views. Hell, my uploads right now, since changing my content, is in that range. So like, it's just normal. That's normal. Be aware of scams and other sketchy things happening. There are people who will find your email that is linked to your YouTube and email you scams. Don't fall for them. They will also reach out to you on Twitter. Don't fall for them. No one should have Reddit. A lot of VTubers actually have Reddit. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, consistency is the main game. Consistency, consistency, consistency. You want to be consistent. Okay, so now you have a few videos out, okay? You are sort of establishing yourself as a creator. It's been like, what, a month, maybe 3 months. It depends on what your upload schedule, but you have a few videos out. You're kind of feeling it out. It's time for your branding and for your model, if you want to stream, right? So you should not change your name or your colors. Remember how at the beginning of this, we established a name. We established branding. You do not want to change that, okay? At this point, you might have 20 followers. You might have 50 followers. You might be like Twig. I only have 100 followers. I do not have a following. It genuinely does not matter. I can promise to you, it absolutely does. Because those 100 people, those 50 people who follow you, they know your name. They know your branding. Okay? So there is a way that Iron Mouse does this, and it does work. Thank you for bringing that up, Hakuya. So, like, the thing is, if you look across all of these models, The colors are the same. The scheme is the same. The name is the same. She's keeping her same name across the entire thing. There are elements to her models that stay the same, right? There is an art to making a character design that will stay consistent across multiple concepts. You don't have to worry about that right now. Look at Iron Mouse's first model and look at how she's developed that concept. Your first model is not going to be the most recognizable thing in the world. I dare say mine isn't. But like, you want that recognizability. You want at least some semblance of like, oh hey, I can see this VTuber model and know that it's someone that I've watched before. That's what you're looking for in your branding. And so in your first model, you've already chosen your colors. You know your color scheme. Now you have to put that in action. Do not spend a significant amount of money on a model. I know, it's been like a few weeks, it's been a few months or something, right? You're probably excited. You're probably like, wow, Twig, I really want a model. I want to get into VTubing. Wow. Don't spend, even though I'm like encouraging you to at this point get a model, don't spend money on a model. Not at this point. You've still only been doing this for a few months. That is not worth like $10,000 of investment, okay? Here are some cheap alternatives. Also, if you have the money, get a mic at this point. I waited way too long to get a mic, and it ruined the watchability of like so much of my old content. I know a lot of you guys have nostalgia for my old content. I can't watch it anymore after getting this mic. OMG, please get a mic. Yes, arguably, the mic is more important than the model. Please, for the love of God, get a mic. Get an interface. Yeah, so a lot of people will start with USB mics. Because yes, there are decent $25 mics. Just learn about audio. Please, for the love of God. You do not want to end up with a situation like me where your audio quality was so bad for your like old VODs that you genuinely cannot rewatch them and you can't use them for anything. You can be a stick figure for all I care. You stream. Can I please not get interrupted with OBS? Okay. Interfaces are more of a future investment for streamers though. Yeah, so when you start getting into the $100 mic range, that's when you're gonna get into an interface. But when you're starting and you're getting like a $50 mic or like a $20 mic, you'll end up with USB. There are fine XLR mics for $15. That's true. Most people I know don't have interfaces. This is true. It is better if you can get an XLR mic with an interface, because if you have an audio interface, then you can easily update your mic after, and XLR mics are like higher ceiling of quality. But honestly, you're a streamer. You probably don't have the best internet yet. You'll be fine. But starting out USB, and then you can upgrade to XLR later. That's how people normally do it. There's tons of like really cheap, really good USB mics. I know a lot of people use HyperX or Elgato. Just choose something in your price range, please, for the love of God. Stop using like headset mics. It's not very good. Anyways, so you have a mic and you have extra money. You can commission someone to make a Vroid model, or you can make a Vroid model yourself. Vroid is what I use. You can see it's 3D. You have capability to move in all dimensions. Even fourth dimension. I could pop out of the screen as an anime figure. But default Vroids are sometimes a little bit looked down upon. Be careful. Be careful because you might get shit. But even if you do get shit, like, fuck those people. A lot of the times, the people who are shitting on Vroids are not knowing what they're talking about. Question, I have an answer. Be careful with your game/volume knob. You will accidentally be way quieter than you intend more than once. Yeah, I wish there was a way to like lock your volume. Mail, can you explain what exactly an interface is? There's USB mics and there's XLR mics. They basically differ in how they transfer data to your PC, and an audio interface is basically just what you plug an XLR mic into. And it can also have other controls for it, but most of the time it's just converting the data from your mic into something your PC can read. The term Vroid on its own sounds like a slur for VTuber. Vroid is actually really good, okay? I can talk about it because I'm also a Vroid. But hey, maybe you don't want to be a Vroid, right? Maybe you don't want to be 3D. Maybe you can be like, wow, Twig, I'll be a PNG. When you go live with your phone number, does it say anything about YouTube when you verify with your phone number? I want to go live. I finally got 50 subs and my mom doesn't know about my YouTube. Well, first of all, if you have to ask your mom to stream, you should not be streaming. Basically, don't stream. Wait. Give yourself autonomy. Don't try to be an influencer as a child, okay? Now I wonder if I should grab a dedicated sound card for recording audio. I don't know what that means. I have been summoned. Welcome back, Rat. Hello, hello. My YouTube is secret. You probably if there's like, if you would have to like use someone else's phone number to go live, like, don't stream. Grow up. Still don't stream if you're a child. Yes, just don't. You should not be trying to be an influencer when you don't even have a phone number for yourself. When you don't have an ID to legally identify yourself, you should not be a streamer. But anyways, oh wow, I don't want to be a PNG tuber either. That's kind of cringe. I'm stationary. Well, guess what? There's tons of free models on this website called Booth. Just search up Live 2D on Booth, sort to free, and read the fucking terms and conditions. For the love of God, do not ignore the terms and conditions of these models. Okay? Okay, some VTubers have gotten into hot water recently because of this. And I should say, if you are at the point where you are trying to get merch for your channel and you're using one of these Booth models, okay, you are either not going to put artwork of that model on the merch. You're not going to use that design. You're going to use your logo, or you're going to redesign, because we're not going to breach people's terms and conditions in order to make more money off of their free assets that they are graciously providing the community. Okay? Okay. He begins building a tiny house with soda crackers and peanut butter while the rat is away. That'll get him. Come on, Twig, just a little bit. No. AKA, don't be an ass. Yeah, literally, don't be an asshole. Respect artists. That is like one of the #1 things in VTubing. If I hear that any of you guys have stolen art, done AI shit, used things without permission of the artist, I will come for you. I will smack you on the top of your head and be like stinky. Okay, most VTubers commission through 2 sites. This is one of them. This is called VGen. This is like the VTuber equivalent of Fiverr, but not really. It protects both the artist and you. It's gotten in hot water recently, but I personally don't use it. I use a website for art called Skeb, where you can commission Japanese artists. The thing about Skeb, though, is you only have 1 chance to ask for what you want. There are no revisions, okay? Okay. Cool. Skeb, my beloved. Yes, we love Skeb. This is how you get all of your fucking cover art ever. You know, whenever there's like, oh, I'm a VTuber, I want to do a cover, how do I get art? You open Skeb. But yes, in before a VTuber tries to use a full AI made model. Yeah, we don't talk about them. Just don't give them attention. 12-year-old me, an art tracer. I will smack you, Boba. But yes, anyways, Skeb. Both of these sites, VGen and Skeb, are AI free. They're tracing free, mostly just use discretion, really. Skeb also tends to be cheaper than VGen, because Western artists are more expensive because of cost of living. Don't clown on them for that. They're just trying to feed themselves, okay? You think Skeb is cheap, but that 500 yen com is their food for the week. Yeah, exactly. Y'all enjoy becoming anime girls? Yeah! I hope you have a good night, Rollin. And the yen dropped recently, so yeah, so Skeb is now more expensive than it was a couple of weeks ago, but still. Anyways, don't trust Fiverr or Etsy. I know I'm a Fiverr seller. You're like, but Twig, I trust you. Don't trust me. No, you can trust me. I do honor my commissions, but the thing about Fiverr and Etsy, specifically for art, you can find a lot of good freelancers for like motion stuff, like motion graphics and like, I don't know, shit where you provide stuff. You can also find like kind of good musicians on Fiverr. Art-wise, it's full of like scams. It's full of tracing. It's full of AI. It's full of theft. It's really not good. Sorry, I needed water. What about using fan art with credits for things like schedules or thumbnails? Isn't that okay? It is absolutely okay if you ask in advance. You want to reach out to the person either via DM or via response and be like, hey, is this okay if I use it in a thumbnail or on schedules? If you're commissioning skebs for thumbnails and schedules, then you specify that in the skeb. General rule of thumb, when you're ordering a skeb as a VTuber, you want to do like higher than the amount they're paying for, first of all, because you're using their art to promote yourself. Second of all, you want to specify what you're using the art for and make sure they're okay with that, because if they're not okay with that, they'll reject it and you just find another artist for it. What happened when I was gone? Just a lot of like talking. I once paid the Duck Hunter guy on Fiverr to say some in-jokes for a friend. I think that video is on my channel, but I don't remember. I don't even know who the Duck Hunter is. But anyways. Okay, should I debut? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you're in the beginning, don't put your energy into debut. The thing about debut, you don't want to debut, you don't want to make a big ass event until you have like a community to share said event with, because otherwise, if you try and do an event and you get a bunch of new people in the door for debut, those new people are gonna leave and you're gonna feel really fucking bad. Twig, I've seen your debut. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've had 3 debuts technically. One of them was like a pre-debut, but I was doing it out of like obligation based off of what I thought VTubing was. Don't do anything that like you think, oh, VTubers do this, so I should do this. Just don't. Do your own thing. People who do make debuts usually had some community in the past from another place, like friends and whatnot. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So, make sure if you're debuting, you already have a community. Because it's more like a celebration. It's more like a, like, yippee, new era kind of thing than a, like, hi, I'm new kind of thing. So Twitch versus YouTube. This is a long-standing debate. Oh my god, we're only halfway through the PowerPoint. Okay, so Twitch purple versus red. Let's start with Twitch. Twitch, it's easier to get monetized. There's more stuff for Twitch streamers, like, not just integrations, but there's also more sponsorships. Leah, do you have anything to— oh, wait, you're going to lurk. Oh no. People really don't like Twitch though, because of their ads policy. People don't like Twitch because of their split. It's not really good for the creator. Well, it's good for the creator, but not really. You have things like channel points on Twitch, which are really fun for viewers, but it is also a different sort of like culture than YouTube in a way. YouTube is interesting. YouTube, you end up with a lot of people who don't really tune into live streams that often, and it's ironically harder to get people into a YouTube live stream than it is a Twitch live stream. And you're also kind of seen as a little bit weird for streaming on YouTube. They're like, oh, you're on YouTube. That's a little bit strange. It's not a bad weird. It's just like, oh, that's novel, kind of. For ads/sponsorships, you do have stream elements, but their sponsorships aren't great. Oh, I've never had a stream element sponsorship because I've always been on YouTube. I don't know what, oh, sometimes you don't get paid? That is crazy. YouTube is the future, rah. I think YouTube is probably like, the longevity of YouTube is there. Twitch is actively like siphoning money. Why YouTube? Why you don't like interacting with your viewers? Yeah, there is kind of like a little bit of a stigma against YouTube in the streaming scene because people like channel points, people like redeems, people like bits. The thing about that is, I think oddly enough, YouTube streamers become better entertainers. I don't know who said this, but it really stuck with me. But someone talked about some time where Twitch streamers, when they start out, tend to rely on their redeems for content. And ever since hearing that, I kind of think it's true. Not at like the high level Twitch streamers, but like I think for lower level people, it gets them feeling more comfortable, but at the same time, like, are you really entertaining chat that way? I don't know. YouTube ironically feels less corporate than Twitch for some reason, in my opinion. Well, that's because you follow small VTubers. Another thing about YouTube is you are streaming on the same platform as corpo VTubers. And I mean like Japanese corpo VTubers. The Niji VTubers stream on YouTube. The Hollow VTubers stream on YouTube. Idol streams on YouTube. There is a reason for that. The YouTube split is much better than Twitch. Yeah. Twig, can I redeem a yippee? Yippee! But yeah, there are a few cool things about YouTube though that Twitch doesn't have. So like, you can do fundraisers directly through YouTube and contribute all of your AdSense to that fundraiser. I think that's at like 10K. I just hate being interrupted. Yeah, that's another aspect of Twitch redeems, isn't it? Because your thought gets interrupted. YouTube also, when you're monetized, has a, every month you get 10 free memberships to hand out to your channel, so long as you're not a business account, which, if you're a VTuber, you should not have a corporate social media unless you are corporate. Yeah, every month you get 10 free memberships to give everyone. You don't get money from those, but it is really nice to give your community perks, especially when, like, sometimes people can't pay for memberships. But anyways, Twitch versus YouTube, there's tons of resources. Look out for it. Like, there's tons of like specifics we could get into between the two platforms. I had my own reasons for choosing YouTube. A lot of my friends are on YouTube. But I also have a bunch of friends on Twitch. And the thing about being a YouTube streamer is you miss all of your friends on Twitch because you're never on Twitch. And you can always switch between them. The bad side is if you switch, you'll lose active chatters, because some people just won't switch to YouTube and some people just won't switch to Twitch. But generally, if you're a beginner, starting out on one platform is better. You don't want to try and juggle two. It's better to just like focus on one. I'll come to YouTube for you, baby girl. Thank you, Bopa. Okay. Now let's get into some technical stuff about live streaming. OBS. God. Please, for the love of God, stream in studio mode. Please, for the love of God, stream in studio mode. Oh my God. Studio mode. You do not want to dox yourself. You do not want to fucking show shit on stream. You want to be able to set up things without people looking at you setting them up. Use studio mode. Oh my God. Okay. Next, you're gonna set up some scenes. Normally people have hi and like their BRB screen and their bye screen. These are especially important on Twitch, where you don't really have waiting rooms, but they're also nice on YouTube, but you don't want to use them too much on YouTube. Why? You're competing with edited content. Question, what if you're already doxed yourself? Is there an undo button? There is not an undo button. The most you can do is take the stream down. Just fucking nuke the VOD, okay? And then you should be good. Especially if you're like early on. Cause who's gonna care if you're early on? You want a chat-only stream. Why do we want a screen with just chat on it? This is for scuff reasons. If something goes wrong, you can continue to stream while you fix things, and guess what? Studio mode. Oh, stopping? I thought it was shopping? Stopping? Stopping. Where's stopping? I don't know. But if I dox myself, I'll have more people to play tennis with. Oh my god. And something will go wrong. Yes, something will always go wrong. Check everything before you stream, ideally. Because something is always wrong with your OBS. Even if you don't think it's wrong, something is always wrong with OBS. It will always shit its bed. And it's your job to know how to fix it. So, after you have those, like, basics, you're gonna get your just chatting stream. Sometimes you're gonna have, like, a gaming setup or a hand cam setup. But really, just chatting, chat only, hi BRB, bye. That's all you need most of the time. So, if you have a Twitch setup, you're probably gonna use a chat widget through something like Stream Elements. If you're on YouTube, it's much more beneficial for you to find a CSS chat, which it's slightly more inconvenient. A chat widget is literally just a browser source that updates for you. The reason YouTube people can't use that is because the chat widget literally doesn't know what URL to, like, copy, basically. It doesn't know what URL to read if you have multiple live streams up. So, we use this thing called CSS, which is, like, how you color... How did I make my chat look like that? Basically, without the CSS, it looks like a regular YouTube chat. You're gonna pop out the YouTube chat, copy the link into your fucking browser source, and then you're gonna find a CSS chat and copy it into the thing. Yes, I still use it, and I never have more than one weight room. Yeah! So that is also a way to get around it if you're on YouTube. If you only have one stream up at any given time, you can still use a chat widget. But the thing about once you're monetized, this is why I switched to CSS once I was monetized. Chat widgets on YouTube will not show things like super chats or memberships. They'll show stuff on Twitch, but they won't show stuff on YouTube. And so CSS, before I stream, every single stream, I have to pop out the YouTube chat, copy the link to specifically the YouTube chat of the live stream I want, and then paste it into my chat. So that's fun. That's opportunity to scuff. It's great. Alerts versus no alerts. Most YouTube people won't have alerts because most of the time YouTube alerts won't even work, or they'll be like severely delayed. I have a couple of alerts. I have alerts for Throne, which is a separate like integration. But for Twitch, you can do things for like follows, subscribers, and like donations and stuff like that. YouTube, you can do subscribers, but the thing is, in order for the alert to trigger, they have to be publicly subscribed to you. It won't trigger if you gain a subscriber and they're not publicly subscribed. So keep that in mind. Scene collections and profiles. So scene collection is how you're gonna say you have like a streaming setup and like a green screen setup. You don't have to set up the green screen setup or like a screen recording setup in the same collection as your streaming setup. You can keep those things separate and just switch between them. That's possible. Profiles is for when you're like me and you're weird and you stream on multiple channels sometimes. So I have a second channel. Sometimes I stream to that. I need a different profile for that. I also need a different profile for recording because it encodes in different settings. So, they're really, really helpful to set up, especially if you already do videos and you're churning into streaming. I recommend setting up new things than how you used to record videos. And then label your shit! And lock your shit. You don't want to accidentally be moving something on your OBS, and you also don't want to know what something is in your OBS when you're trying to find it. If I showed you my OBS, I have so many things that are color-coded in this shit. Like, my chat is literally labeled yellow so that I can find it. It is everywhere in every scene. It is yellow, so I can click on it and know before stream, oh, I click on this one for chat, and I can easily find it. You can color them? Yeah, you can right click and then it is set color, and then you can either set one of the preset colors or you can make a custom color for it. OBS also has capabilities for blending modes, so like I could take Twig right now, right? Blending mode. Let's do add. I literally just fucking disappear. Okay, let's do multiply. Great, but here's the thing. If I do multiply and I move over here, I'm on top of this. So you can do a lot with blending modes, but that's kind of an advanced thing. You don't have to worry about it. Peekaboo. Wait, you can color them? You can. There's a lot of things you can do with OBS. You can also do OBS like plugins and stuff. I have a plugin that lets me stream vertically. I also have a plugin that lets me set up vertical scenes that will record in the same time as me streaming. So say I really want like shorts clips that week, I can set up my OBS scene vertically and just have it record vertically so I don't have to format anything, and then I just trim that down. I am a witch. You should be afraid of me. Hello, Judd. Hi. We're talking about VTubing. And see, what right now, I had my model selected. I look over and I'm like, okay, where's my presentation? I was able to find it because it's bright fucking red. It's so good. Streamer music, you're gonna use video game music. On YouTube specifically, I don't know how Twitch people find music because I understand it's like severely like looser, but question, what's the difference between Twitch and YouTube? Just curious. We already went through that. It's minor differences in like culture, and like Twitch has more integrations and sponsorships, but the split's different. There's a bunch of different stuff that's different between them. But streamer music, don't trust anything that is like copyright free music. They will claim you, and they will use the ad revenue from your videos. It works for Twitch. It does not work for YouTube. YouTube, you're going to find obscure video game soundtracks. I know it sounds weird, but like Genshin music works, Honkai music works. I use a lot of old like DS game music. There's also like Muse, which is a Japanese website that has music for streamers. But most of the time, as a YouTube VTuber, you're going to spend time like looking up obscure soundtracks of like old games to try and find music. and it's going to consume a major part of your time as a VTuber. I've been talking for so long that my English skills are deteriorating, but we gotta get through this. We gotta get through this. We're like more than halfway done. Okay. I was not lying when I said this was like a comprehensive guide to being a VTuber. This is like, I'm giving you a strategy. You can always switch to Japanese. I'm not. I'll even be worse. It's okay, just speak Japanese, I'll understand. I just want silly Zelda music. Okay, so the thing about Zelda music, I've been burned by Nintendo music as a whole. The problem with Nintendo music specifically is there's a bunch of people who will claim your videos, falsely. Like, I know I had this happen once and I talked about it publicly. It's happened so many more times than that. So at this point, I just don't use Nintendo music if I can help it. If I feel like not getting claimed that day, I won't use Nintendo music. Please don't speak Japanese in chat. Yeah, unfortunately, my mods cannot moderate Japanese because neither of them speak Japanese. Even Mario music, especially Mario music. It happens the most. It happens with Mario music and, Zelda music. Mario music, Zelda music. Hi, first time here. I think YouTube is telling me something by recommending this to me. Hello, welcome to my comprehensive guide on how to become a VTuber. We are 2 hours in at this point and we're halfway through. I recommend watching the previous parts of this because I've covered so much already. General tips. Play into your strengths. Do not try to be someone you're not. Especially if you're planning to stream, you're not going to be able to keep it up. Hide your analytics both from your audience and from yourself. Unfortunately, when you begin, you're going to get a lot of trolls, and those trolls will troll you with analytics. And if you hide your analytics, both from them and from yourself, you will not suffer mental distress. It comes for everyone on YouTube. You may think that you are safe from it, but oh boy, does YouTube really make you feel shitty when you underperform, okay? Like, just hide your analytics, don't look at them. You think you are absolved from getting mentally unwell from YouTube? You are wrong. It will hurt you. YouTube knows how to hurt you deeply, okay? Pay attention to your own safety as a creator. Don't talk about food around you. Don't talk about weather. Don't talk about chains. Don't talk about regional foods. There are so many ways that you can dox yourself. Hide your file paths. Hide your personal emails. Open things in incognito mode. You do not want to dox yourself, especially as a VTuber, because for some reason people are very weird about specifically doxing VTubers because they don't want to be known. I don't need YouTube to make me mentally unwell. I can do that myself. Yeah, that's another thing. If you have a history of being mentally unwell, you might want to resolve some of your issues before you go into content creation, because I can promise you, even though the highs are like some of the most manic highs you will find, the lows are horrible. Don't use incognito with YouTube because local ads play without an ad blocker on. Yes, good point. Don't use incognito with YouTube, especially for people who don't have premium. Go into your Google Ads settings and change your ad specifications to not show ads based on your location. Please turn that off. You want to figure out how you can be entertaining. You want to learn how to chat for 2 hours straight about becoming a VTuber. And then once you start streaming, your job isn't done. Stream is like filming a video. Twig, the most unwell people I know are making mad dosh by making their mental health into content. I mean, that is a thing, but I'm trying to encourage healthy habits, okay? I'm trying to encourage people to do well in this space and have a like long-term longevity type of thing. But yes, you're gonna continue editing things from your stream into more content. It is the life cycle of content. You edit stream into highlights, and then highlight into clip, and then you redo it. If you have 4 spare hours, you're going to stream 1 hour. Use 1 hour to set up, and then use the other hour to edit. It's even better if you use that schedule when you have 5 spare hours, so you can spend an hour like chilling. You don't want to do marathon streams. They're not healthy. They're not going to do anything for you, especially not on YouTube. It's a myth that marathon streams benefit you on Twitch. They really don't, unless you are like charting on top. If you're on top of the like For You page on Twitch, yeah, sure, you want to continue streaming for as long as you can stream. But generally, you're not going to be on the top of the category. No one's going to be mad at you if you can only stream like 1 to 2 hours a day. Can't use the other hour to edit when YouTube takes 8 hours to process my VOD. Oh, but you can because you edit your last VOD instead of the VOD that you just did. Teehee. Or you script a video in that time. There's so many more things that you can do with that 1 hour than just like stream another hour. Okay. So let's say this is my point of like, oh hey, you don't need to pay for like a streaming setup. You don't need to pay for a background. Look at this fucking logo. I did this myself in Canva. You can do pretty much anything in Canva. Also Krita. If you want something more like Photoshop, get Krita. But you can also see from this streaming overlay, it's not really an overlay. Unfortunately, when you pay for a streaming overlay that's like super complicated and shit, you end up with something that is much more crowded than like what is actually desirable. OMG, what's V-Parade? It sounds so fun and interesting. V-Parade's my concert series. It's gonna happen eventually. But that being said, you probably want a background for a just chatting stream. So here's my process of making a background. You start with a color. Notice how I chose a color from the logo, okay? You choose a pattern, you make the pattern into a different color. You turn down the opacity of that pattern, okay? You do something of interest over the pattern that makes it look interesting. You change the color to match the silly little branding, and then you get an overlay of some sort. I chose a gradient here. I changed it to the right color. I put it over the whole thing. Wow, that's so silly. Okay, this is our chat bubble. We're gonna put a border around it. We're gonna make it a little bit transparent, and then we're gonna put our model on top of it. Wow, that is our background for our chatting stream. Do you see how easy that is? Okay, and then if we want to take that further, if we're like on Twitch and we have a bunch of stuff to show on screen, then we can like put our logo up there, or we can say chat, okay? And then we can do like, oh wow, here's a banner. Let's make this in the same style as the chat bubble and put it across the screen as an overlay. Now we can have a place for like the recent follower and recent tipper and like whatever. That's a streaming overlay, baby. You don't have to pay for this shit. Don't get scammed. Just make it yourself. Oh, I added a little decoration there. Oh my god. Okay. So, basically you can make anything. And just stream. Don't pay a bunch of money to be a VTuber. Once again, that's like the entire theme of this. Don't pay a bunch of money and just do content. Here is how you do content, and here is how you save money. So, okay. So, I added this section at the end because I know that it is a large portion of people who want to be a VTuber. They're like, oh wow, I want to join an agency. Okay. I have my own opinions on agencies, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about them for anyone who's interested in thinking about them. The only reason to pay money is if you don't have the time to do it yourself because you're doing something else. Yeah, literally. You have big plans. Yes. Like, you will notice I have paid money for some services in the past year because I'm working on V-Parade. Anyways, so to be in a VTuber agency, generally, well, absolutely you want to be over 18. You want 1 to 2 years of content creation. Most agencies will ask for content creation experience. It is better. You might be watching this video to be like, wow, I don't care about any of this Twig, I just want to join an agency. Well, it's too fucking bad, because you know what? An agency is going to choose someone who has experience under their belt that they know is someone that they can market. Okay? They're not going to take a gamble on someone with no social media presence who has not shown what kind of content or what kind of personality that they're going to bring to the table. And speaking of bringing things to the table, you need to know yourself to be an agent, to be in an agency. You need to know what you want from content creation. You need to know what your goals are. You need to know your target audience. You need to know who you appeal to and what you are and aren't comfortable with, because you need to advocate for yourself, okay? So, to be in an agency, you need... Normally, agencies will give you a model, and with that, normally, you will reincarnate into a new IP. IP is your intellectual property, so basically, right, if you want to be in an agency, you are going to spend years as a single, like, type of character, right? You're gonna come up with an OC, this is gonna become your VTuber, and you're going... Easy goal is money. We all know VTubers are the richest in the world. Oh, if only. But yeah, so you're gonna spend years with your original IP, and then you're gonna audition to an agency. You get in, they're gonna give you a whole new character, and you're gonna start over. You're not gonna be able to tell your fans where you are. You're just gonna have to pray that they find you in your next life. That is the reality of 90% of agencies. Why do they do this? Because it benefits them. It protects them. Okay. It also protects you. Because if you join an agency that doesn't have a new IP system, then you are signing your own channel that you yourself have built up to an agency. And if you leave that agency, they can take your channel with them. Depending on the stipulations of your contract. Because yes, agency VTubers, it is a job. You are under contract. You are under NDA. You are being paid a salary. Let me get out the list of people who lost their IPs. Exactly. But agencies do give you legal and financial support. If they're a good agency, they will. You can expect to give them at least half of your earnings. I don't care what they say, what the split is, or where the split is. There will be a split. You can expect it to be at least half of what you earn. And that, it's because they have to make money. They're an agency. They're not acting in your best interest. They're acting as a business, okay? But in return, a good agency will put those funds back into you. They'll put it into convention appearances, merch, marketing, advice, management, editors, 3D stuff, ads. Only half? What? It's so much better than the music industry. Half is like, if you're in a good agency. I'm giving you like the good agency statistics. This is like a favorable view on agencies. It is like a nice agency that realistically there's only a few of these that exist. Most of them, they'll take your earnings and run. They will not support you. They will not, they're basically just gonna give you a model. And this is why it's important that you read your contract. Please, for the love of God, know what your agency is offering you. But you can get all of these things as an indie and keep all of your money if you really want to. So why do people join an agency? Well, there's a few reasons why someone might join. For the most part, for smaller agencies, it'll be people who aren't experienced in content creation, joining so that they get a model. But I've already ruled that out for you. You should not be auditioning to these agencies, because if you're here in this VOD, you have been doing content creation for a year-ish, okay? A lot of people join because agencies take a lot of the managerial work off of their hands. So like they'll take care of reaching out to people for you. They'll take care of getting sponsors for you and fulfilling merch and things like that. You have to deal with a lot less of the business when you're in an agency. So that's beneficial to people. People who would benefit from managers join agencies for the aspect of having management. But you can still get a manager as an indie, you just have to find a good one. And then a lot of people just join agencies for kind of the environment of being around other creators. You can still get that as an indie though. It depends. Personally, I think you should join an agency if the agency aligns with what you want from content creation. So like if you really want to do big projects and you don't know how to do those big projects, but you think an agency could help you, that's when you start looking into agencies, basically. Collabs with big brands, merchandise, a close-knit network. Yeah, basically. Another thing about agencies is like, unless you know the person in the agency really well, as an indie, unless you're like big, it's probably going to be a little bit hard to break into that sphere. You have to be really knowledgeable. You have to really be able to like network with people and be a good people person to get around agency stuff. And be in that environment as an indie. But generally, I don't know. I think people mostly join for the resources. But again, you can get these things as an indie, and most of the time, these smaller agencies will not provide these things for you. If you're looking after resources, do not join a small agency. Do not join a small startup. Wait at least a generation. So, you're thinking about auditioning to an agency. You want to research the agency. Look into who are they managed by. Look into their CEO. Look into their parent company. Look into past projects their parent company has done. How did those get managed? Do they have international branches? If they do, what are their talents like in that international branch? Do they have other generations that you can look at and see how they're managed? Oh, and I forgot, you must have real life work experience. Good agencies will not hire people with bad attitudes. Yes, you have to know how to work in a corporate environment with other people. Please, be professional. It is a job. But yeah, first gen is always a gamble. It doesn't matter if it's a first gen of a completely new startup, or if it's just like a first gen of a new like department even, right? If you're okay with gambling with potentially a year, because these contracts are normally year long, I've heard of some that are like 5 years long, but that's like really like uncommon. But first gen is always a gamble. You want to try and join second or third gen just so you know, like, hey, number one, this agency is not going down in flames. It's actually being well managed, and it's actually still standing. B, you can kind of sense the culture of the agency, what they do, what they want for their talents, what kind of talents they're looking for, who your coworkers would be. If you look at an agency and you look at the people in the agency and you don't like the people in the agency, don't audition to that agency. You always want to read a contract if you get in, with a lawyer. Don't just read it yourself. With a lawyer! I want to be an anime girl. Know what's stopping me? Having rigged my model on a Mac, I can't export my file to VTube Studio after months of work. Oh no! That's horrible. I am so sorry. I didn't know that affected it. Oh yeah, do not talk publicly about auditions where you would be a past life. Okay? It's less of a big deal if you would keep your IP in the agency. If it's an adoption style agency, it's less of a big deal. But most of the time, do not talk about auditioning on your past life account, okay? Rookie mistake, they don't want you connected. It's a bad look because it instantly is like, okay, you're gonna say some shit. You cannot keep your mouth shut. And these agencies are secretive. They do not want you talking about what happens within the agency. You physically can't talk about what happens within the agency. You're under NDA. So, what did I walk into? We're still talking about being silly VTuber girls. Okay. Auditions are hard. Okay. So auditions, normally there's 2 segments of it. You'll have a written section and a video section, and then after that you'll have an interview. And then sometimes they'll do like screen tests and like streaming tests and stuff. There's so much stuff. I made a comprehensive guide. This is what I'm saying. We're almost done. Who was it again? Who got Fortnite skin collab but lost it because they went public about it? I don't know. I have no clue. As much as I know about this stuff, I don't keep up with drama because it's honestly pointless. But anyways, auditions are hard. Basically, talking section, you're gonna... The whole audition, be yourself. Don't lie. If you lie, they will find out. Look at... Most of the time, if agencies have auditions, they'll have talents talking about the audition and going through the audition. Make sure to look at that. And figure out what the talents want. Honestly, was hilarious when that short popped up. I don't know what short. Baby no money. I don't know. Raw biggest fumble. Oh, I have no clue. But yeah, pay attention. Have common sense. Don't lie. It's a job application. Treat this professionally. You know the funny thing about auditions? The bigger the person, the worse their auditions are. Are you sure? I don't know. I don't know about that. I can believe it though, because like, I think, I don't know. I think people who are small try really hard to get noticed, and you can see their passion in their auditions. I've had to review auditions. Yeah, you probably... It would make sense though. I haven't auditioned to that many companies because obviously I'm, well... I'm very picky about companies, and so like, I don't know. The best auditions are why you shouldn't hire me auditions. I'm not sure that's true, but yeah. Anyways, be yourself, actually put effort in. Oh my god, actually put effort in. Please, please actually put effort into your auditions. And yeah, commit to agencies that you actually want to be a part of, because there's a lot of bad ones out there, and I don't want you guys getting burned. Okay, I want to be indie, but I still want all of the agency stuff. Well, my brother, my indie VTuber brother, oh boy, do I have resources for you. I am the gateway to all of the resources. So the first one is Oshi Live. We love Oshi Live. Shout out to Denise. They do convention appearances for VTubers. You can sign up for a small fee to be, to basically pilot a robot to walk around a con. They're really cool people. They also have a mocap studio, in, I think it's in California. Surprise, Twig will pay for all your VTuber stars. No. No, 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 no. But yes, Oshi Live is incredible. I've had multiple experiences with them, and every single time they're incredibly nice and incredibly polite and professional. They are very cool and very fun people. I think the last time I was with them, they let me touch grass with their robot. It was great. And yeah, it's a really fun experience. So if you can't physically go to cons, be on the lookout for when Oshi Live posts signups for conventions that they go to. So it's really fun. Yeah. Oshi Spark. Yes, this is a concert. A concert proxy, I think. I mean, they're not really a proxy. They're a concert service, so if you want to do a real world concert, I think they're also based in California. And I don't know how it works because I haven't worked with them, but they did do a few concerts. They did one recently at Anime Expo, and they also did one at Offkai. So if you want to get into concerts and you don't want to be like me and be mentally ill and do it yourself, you can go through Oshi Spark and reach out to them and ask about their stuff. Oshi is a merchandise fulfillment thing. They will put merch on your website and manufacture it with you and fulfill it for you so that you don't have to do shit. Basically, you just have to get the rights to the artwork. And they do obviously take a cut from it. But they are legitimate. A lot of people use them. I do not, because we'll cover how I do my merch later. And then there's also Kawa, who does something very similar to Oshi. They also do merch. And I think they have like requirements to fulfill merch with them. But needless to say, all of these things that agencies give you, with a little bit of work and administrative skill, you can do it as an indie. And then spring/print on demand services. This is how I do my merch. Basically, it is almost risk-free because you don't have to invest a lot of money to do it. Where other things you would have to pay for like a minimum order price and then get it fulfilled and manufactured. Print on demand, they basically print when they get an order. It's not the best quality of stuff and you're pretty limited on the types of items that you can offer, but it's really convenient for starter creators like me. No need for logistics, fulfillment, warehousing. Yeah, so Kawa and Oshi also take care of the logistics and warehousing and fulfillment and stuff. What about renting a silkscreen and making it yourself? The problem with that is you would probably have to open some sort of like PO box or business mailbox so that you don't dox yourself, if that makes sense. Or hire me to do your stickers. Yeah, Boba actually just opened a shop that is a sticker shop, and she will do stickers. I'm actually in talks with her about some things. We do need to talk about that. But anyways, have fun, broskies! Have fun! We've reached the end of the PowerPoint and now we're at question time. I hope your minds are not putty from learning about how VTubing works. Because oh my god, is that a whole like year of knowledge in 2 hours. And this is like the condensed version. I cut so many like small technical details out of this. I could have done so much more. It was so bad. But yes, does anyone have any questions about becoming an anime girl on the internet? I got very little knowledge, very many sunburn. I am so sorry. I have failed you. I hope you can get more knowledge in the future. But yeah, this was a long stream. Very long stream. Question how to become anime girl. Literally just download Vroid and make an anime girl. Highly recommend watching the VOD. Silver, very informative. I hope you guys got something out of this. It's like very beginner, like baseline level advice, but I don't know. How do I make it so people get horribly parasocial and can't live without it? Me? Okay, the answer to that is genuinely start doing ASMR. No offense to the ASMR artists of the world, but like, ASMR. Yes, seriously. ASMR roleplay is such a intense niche to be in because people get very weird about it. This may very well have been the key to me switching careers. I doubt that. I really doubt that. If you ASMR, you need a good mic. Yeah, that is true. But I will not be doing ASMR. Like I said, if you pay me like $20,000, I'll do ASMR. But it has to be like a single thing of $20,000. And I will have to get that in the paycheck. In a paycheck. I have to physically receive the money before I do it. I will not do ASMR. I will sell out for ASMR, but I will not do ASMR of my own, like, choice. But yeah, point in case, basically, VTubing isn't scary and you shouldn't be afraid of it. Just fucking do it, nerd. Even if you can't pay for a model, or even if you can't, like, stream because your tech is bad, start making videos. It's probably better that you start making videos before you even, like, think about VTubing, because, like, it's a skill. VTubing isn't scary. VTubers are scary. Yes! I'm just glad you like my thumbnails. Zero's thumbnails are fantastic. Zero's thumbnails are peak. But yeah. I hope you guys don't mind that there was not a third live stream. I thought that, hey, instead of trying to do 3 live streams this week, let me actually get, like, scripts done. And also put together this massive fucking... I hope you guys know, this was 88 slides. There were 88 slides in this PowerPoint just about VTubing. It was great. My voice sounds stupid. How to fix? Do not. Your voice, I can promise you, doesn't sound stupid. Someone will like it. I thought my voice sounded like a duck impersonating a prepubescent boy, but I found that my community enjoys my voice, and some of you guys would not be here if it weren't for my voice. Because a lot of you guys don't follow VTubers, and I don't know, there's a lot of people who are like, wow, Twig, you speak normally, and I'm like, wow, yes, I do indeed. Yeah, don't worry about your voice. There will absolutely be someone who likes your voice regardless. OMG, y'all are still anime girling. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. A lot of people don't like their voiceover. I very much hate my voice. Yeah, exactly. When your voice is as perfect as mine, people will think you're too good to be true and make fun of you for it. That's true. Boba gets made fun of for her voice. It's so bad. Bro, I was watching the recording of a musical I did recently, and my talking voice is deeper than I thought it would be. Weirdly enough, that's generally how it happens. So until you start listening to your voice on recording, your voice in your head sounds different from how it sounds to other people. And that's why everyone hates their voice, because it doesn't sound like it does in their head. That is genuinely just something to get over, by listening to your voice more. A duck impersonating a prepubescent boy sounds like a potential model idea. Please don't be a prepubescent boy VTuber. That does not sound very good. Do I speak in the kawaii girl fashion, or do I speak normally, or do I speak super low range? I have a pretty wide vocal range. Speak how you want to speak. But, like, keep in mind the fact that, like, if you start doing a voice for your VTuber and you plan on streaming in the future, that voice is going to take a toll on your, like, throat. You're not going to be able to keep up that voice for very long. And you could actually damage your vocal cords if you do it incorrectly. A lot of voice actors actually have to end up getting surgery because of that. So using your normal voice will be so much easier for you. Some VTubers voice act, others use their real voice. Just do what you're most comfortable with. Yes, but if you voice act, please make sure you're doing it in such a way where you're not hurting yourself. Because I'm literally a soprano, so it's hilarious that my normal voice is so low when I hear it. That's fair. I mean, I feel like people's falsetto can be really deceiving of what their actual voice sounds like when they're talking. Unfortunately, the Shota crowd does not show up in strong numbers like the lolly crowd. I just don't interact with either. I really don't. I've listened to recordings of my own voice far more than most people, and the more I do, the more I dislike it. Just a warning. Oh no. Oh no. No, because I sound like a child when I record myself. Yeah. Yeah. I have the secret weapon of revitalization tea. I've been trying to drink tea often right now. My voice is being kind of scratchy this week, which is really bad because I have to record stuff next week. So I think over the weekend I'm gonna put myself on like vocal rest and do very much tea and warm-ups. My long endurance voice is actually not my regular voice. Would you hate me if I became a child? Yes, I would, actually. I would kick you across the fucking planet and be like, get that thing away from me. But... water. Oh yeah, have water when you're streaming, please. And not cold water. Have like lukewarm water. It's gonna be best. Came here from Reddit. Hello, CJ! We have just done a 2-hour stream about how to become a VTuber. Do you have questions? Do you have questions about how to become a VTuber? I can answer the questions. Here are my credentials. I am an anime girl on the internet. Wow. But yeah, Twig hates children. Yeah. Question: how to become anime girl? Vroid, Booth, commission someone. Do you want to know about the actual software? So what I'm using right now is called Warudo. It's for 3D people. There's also VC Face. Normally I'll use VC Face if I'm like gaming and not just like chatting. But Warudo's fun because like it has silly little motion to it. Wow, I move like a live 2D. That's so crazy. VC Face doesn't move like this, but it is a little bit easier on the system and it makes my model look better with the shaders. VC Face hates me. I think it's just your settings 0. How to find people to collaborate with. So there's a few different ways to do this, but personally, how I used to do it when I was networking a lot more, because once you network a little bit, it kind of snowballs and you start meeting people from other people. I started to go on places like Twitch where I could find categories of streamers, and I would go to this is actually how I found Leah, actually. I would go to the Genshin Impact category because I was a Genshin streamer, and I would find someone around the same like viewer range as me, and I would just talk in their chat. And if I vibed with them well, then I would continue to interact with them until like something happened and I was like, hey, I have a stream idea, and they're normally by that point, like if they've engaged with you as well, like normally it's okay to be like, hey, I have a stream idea, are you down for this? And that's when you like exchange discords and stuff like that. Oh, here's one. How do you reject other VTubers' confessions? I've never had a VTuber confess to me. I've never had that problem. I think it's because I portray myself in such a way that is ultimately unfuckable. I present myself as like very much not an object. Very much some sort of unhinged creature. So I have not had the problem of, like, dudes approaching me and being creepy. Also because I don't entertain bullshit. If you're being weird in my chat, I'll just be like, you're being weird, get banned, nerd, or get timed out. I have no sympathy. Right, nothing. Become unsexy. Basically, don't be sexy and you'll be fine. I changed all of the settings and even reset it. Ended up breaking my model too, so now I have to figure out how to fix that. How did you break your model? Zero's just fucking, like... Zero is struggling with VC face. Have you tried Warudo? I don't know if you would like Warudo. Honestly, if you have programming experience, you would probably like Warudo. You could do some cool stuff with that. How does one set up a commission page? I'd like to make some money using my Live 2D and model creation ability. So, I think the first step is to get examples of work. So when I started doing comms, I did so many models for free. I still occasionally do models for free for like friends and stuff. But I did like 4 or 5 models for free and then like did a couple more adopts. And then I went to Fiverr. I don't recommend doing Fiverr. If you can get a VGen code, that's going to benefit you. But otherwise, you can go to Card and set up your commission page that way. Normally, you'll do pricing, and then you'll also do examples, and then you'll also do terms and conditions. Worth nothing, no jiggle physics to avoid many creeps become unsexy. Yeah, I mean, I barely have booba. and sure, I have like silly little cute design, right? But like it's not sexualized. I'm just like whatever. I have question. Give me question. Give question. Give question. Twig, you've said that word wrong twice. What word? What am I mispronouncing? Please. Please. Let me fix that! No. Hakuya, I already showed you my feet. I don't. If a minor wanted to be a VTuber, what if they were just an object or animal instead of an actual person / anime or whatever? I still wouldn't do it. Just because, like, again, I don't think minors should be creating content. You should be living your life, but also, like, you're exposing yourself to so much shit. And genuinely, like, I don't want you to have to go through what content creators go through at such a young age, okay? Because you're gonna get hate. You're gonna have to deal with weird people no matter who you are and what you look like. The only reason my chat is so tame is because I fucking have my thumb on the ban hammer constantly. But like, minors really, like, don't just wait. Like, it will be so much better for you and your digital footprint if you wait until you are a bit more mature. And I know it sucks to hear that, and I know, like, you're like, wow, I want to be a VTuber and I want to make content. I can promise you it's going to benefit you so much more if you, like, wait. I feel like minors are targeted even more for negative stuff, which is really sad. Yeah. If you're a minor and you're putting yourself out there like that, there's a lot that can happen to you. So I, like, genuinely can't endorse it. As Twig said like an hour ago, grow up. Yeah. Understandable, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, once you become a VTuber and like once you get over 18, you can come back to this VOD and be like, wow, what is Twig's advice? It'll probably be outdated by then because this fucking industry changes month to month, but there are some pretty standard things about it. And I think this strategy really sets you up for like kind of a positive mindset for content creation, because a lot of people will do it without really like direction. But this is like a step-by-step. Okay, you're gonna come in, you're gonna get your name, your email, your branding, your accounts, you're gonna start making content before you even have a VTuber, and you're gonna learn shit. Like, as a minor, YouTube is really the only social media I use on a regular basis besides like Pinterest. Yeah, that is another thing. There's a lot of kids on YouTube, so you do have to be careful, but the only content I will make as a minor is Wattpad fanfics. I will only show my closest friends. Yeah. Changing month to month gives you a lot of opportunities for additional content. That's true. That is true. But also, I don't know. I don't want to become like a VTuber educator. I don't think I could compete with VTuber Senpai on that one. For the record, I never followed any of your advice, but I am very not normal. Yeah, I mean, my advice is not the like end-all be-all, but it is my sort of methodology and like my approach when it comes to content creation. Everyone has like room for things. There's no one right way of doing things, but like if you don't have any sort of like direction in what you're doing, it might be good to follow. Even if I was old enough to make content, I physically don't have enough time. Yeah, that is also another thing. Minors, stay in fucking school. Prioritize school. Get a fucking job before you do content. Don't jump all the way into content, okay? You want real world life experience. I know it fucking sucks. It does. Working a job sucks. I've been there so many times. I'm still there. I still work a job. But you know what? It's life experience. And if you don't have that life experience, you're not going to be able to relate to people in the same way that someone who has worked multiple jobs will relate to people. And also, you'll have stories. It's great. Me, a high school dropout. Yeah, fucking Boba, get your fucking degree. I swear to God. The sucking is needed to succeed. Yeah, you need a little bit of mental anguish to succeed. Okay, off topic, but like kind of the same thing with dating. I don't see the way it can be serious until 1, you're of age of consent, and 2, can drive and work. Yeah. I don't care about minors dating. I don't care what they do. That's not my business. I know kids will do what they want, so like as long as they're being safe about it and they're not getting groomed, I don't give a shit. I let them do whatever. Not Twig late for movie night again? Okay, well look. I'm here. What do you expect me to be? Where do you expect me to be, Zero? I am here. Am I late if I'm still here? Like, my content consists of art. I have no plans to make a regular upload schedule. I'm just gonna upload whatever looks good to me. Yeah, I mean, uploading art isn't the same as like becoming a content creator and just like streaming and stuff. Oh yeah, tonight is movie night for all of these silly members. The silly members. Ehehe. Boba, if you want to join in on movie night, I can add you to the server as a VIP so you can watch a movie with us. I don't know what movie we're gonna watch. I should probably go to the Discord before my voice is fucking tired. Yeah. So that was my advice. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna find someone to raid before movie night. Thank you all for coming, first of all. But if you've never been in a YouTube raid or a Twig live stream, oh my god, my YouTube studio is fucking itself into the ground. Give me a second. Well, maybe YouTube will hold me hostage and I will not be able to go to movie night. Maybe I'm being held hostage. What about members like me that are not silly? Well, you are very silly. I don't know who told you you're not silly, but that is a misconception and that is a falsehood. I don't appreciate you lying to yourself like that. Give me a second. Okay. We're gonna find someone to raid if you've never been in a YouTube raid or a Twig raid. We are going to end the stream and there's gonna be a silly little button at the top that's like, wow, follow us to the next place. And in their chat, we're gonna be very nice and polite and respectful and silly, and we're gonna say get twigged. Let's see who is streaming. Haha, hee hee, ho ha hee, ha ho hee. We are going to raid Noriboshi Ariel, who's a mutual friend of Hakuya and I, and we are going to twig her. So, she's very musically talented and she's very cool. I will see all of you members in movie night, and I will be back probably on Monday. Normal streaming times. So, goodbye everyone! Goodbye!